So we talked about you know what I'm saying, like the mental health like the be able to compartmentalize and do different things without 50K. But I'm pretty sure you know what I'm saying, like especially with the family situation, that'll probably be like one of the focal points or what have you. So I just for this, I guess this is for the married folk, but if anybody else want to chime in as well, I'm a segue and I'm gonna change the topic just a tad bit. So for the married folks, what are some things that y'all did to like prepare mentally before marriage? You know what I'm saying? Because even as you think about it, you know what I'm saying, we don't necessarily grow up playing with dolls and necessarily playing house and different things of that nature. So what are some of the things that you guys do to prepare for marriage mentally?
I don't really understand the question. Honestly, I really don't understand the question.
All right, so
How do you do it?
So, you know what I'm saying? Like if you grow up as a single person throughout your entire life, you're most so I mean, you can be selfish minded. You can be, or even if you are in a relationship, you can still be selfish minded. You can still be oriented about yourself. But as a married person, you're supposed to always think. I mean, regardless, you're supposed to always be thinking about your family. But like, it's also a mental thing. I feel like it might be a mental thing, and I'm not married, but I feel like it's a mental thing and a mental aspect. Grasping the concept of actually being married, and I was just trying to figure out and learn like from married people or hear from married folks, you know what I'm saying, like some of the different thoughts and processes that you went into or just your thinking before you actually even got married, not necessarily about your significant other or anything of your sort, but literally about like how you were able to, you know what I'm saying, mentally come to the decision like, all right, well now is the time, and like if there was anything that you had to prepare for, if it was anything that you read, anything that you went through, anything you watched, or anything of the sort. If that makes, hope that makes even more, makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's funny because with men, I feel like it doesn't click that you want to get married until a certain age or a certain realization. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't want to get married until I was like 31. Like like that shit didn't click for me until I was like, 31, and I felt that I wanted to, and I actually prayed to God to send me somebody that was for me, and somebody that I wouldn't choose incorrectly or for a bad reason. And so it's funny because I'm gonna be honest, I almost prayed like if marriage is for me, send me somebody that's for me. If not, I'm fine with it as well. So like it's that's how it went, and I wasn't forceful about it. I wasn't seeking it out. And it's crazy because this shit literally I just clicked with my current wife on a outing at National Harbor, and the shit just like it skyrocketed, and I never clicked with somebody like that before, but mentally, what I had to do before we were married, I had to make sure that I wasn't singular minded. I had to make sure it was a couple of things. So I had to make sure when she moved in as well, I had to make sure that she felt comfortable with the environment and that I wasn't, portraying like that whole bachelor style. Like everything that I had was hers, you know what I'm saying? Like one thing that I did, and I don't know if, anybody else has done this, but I literally cleared out half of the closet. And I think I actually cleared out 60% of it because, women have a little bit more clothes and shoes and stuff than we do. But before she moved in, I did that so she wouldn't feel like, she's moving me out of the place, or like she's, replacing me. And so that was that was one of the gestures that I did. And she said she really appreciated that because stuff like that, it makes them feel wanted. And I'm one of the most selfish people. I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of the most selfish people. If I'm single, I'm selfish as hell. But I had to get out of that mentality. Even in the engagement, And I think the engagement helped me because the engagement, I think I was engaged for about a year and a month or a year and 2 months. But I spent that entire year and 2 months just getting to know her more, getting to understand her, spiritually through her walk, what she likes, what she doesn't like, stuff like that. And we even read books together. It's this one.
Oh my
book
God,
called,
that's so tight.
yeah, it's this one book called 101 Questions for Engagement. And I just feel like some of that stuff, like we took road trips. Hey, if you don't like somebody, you'll find out on a road trip. I'm going to just tell you that.
Hey, real talk. Real talk.
Yeah, we took
Because
mad
if you stuck in the car with somebody for 8 hours, you're going to find out you don't like that motherfucking ass.
Yep.
So, and so we took road trips. We took 8 hours, 9-hour road trips. And we would just like read books, audio books, stuff like that. And I think that brought us closer too, because we knew who each other was. We knew how much family was important, stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but that was just bits and pieces.
Yeah, I get it. Who want to go? I was gonna go. I was gonna say it's really not like a because the way the question is, it's really not like a checklist or nothing like that as far as being prepared to get married or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's when you find the right one, you find the right one. You know what I'm saying? When you find the right one, you find the right one. As simple as that. I can't really say that I did things to get prepared for marriage or whatever. I knew she was the right one. You just know it in your mind and your heart. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. We the men. We got to get down on a knee or whatever and ask for your hand in marriage and all that, propose and everything. So it's like.
But Corey, did you see yourself change like as a person? You know what I'm saying? As being a single person to being married, and like what did you have to like work on in yourself to make sure she was good? You know what I'm saying? Before
exactly like you were saying, being selfish. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be out here going to the shit. I remember at one point in time after work, I was going to Fridays every fucking day, getting lit up. I had at least 6-7 Long Island iced teas, and then from there, I'm going to the fucking U Street and partying up at what was it, the Red Lounge or whatever the joint you go upstairs or some shit. I forgot the joint. Yeah, you definitely can't be selfish out there, joint. You gotta make sure she's Gucci. And taken care of and comfortable with whatever you're doing, your day-to-day situations and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here doing no dumb shit.
Hey, Corey, turn them crickets down, dog. Them crickets.
Them joints loud.
Crickets wild.
They out here, dog. I'm out here in the wildlife, man.
They're eating good.
Say, as you already talked about, my boys, I got married in while we were still in college, and I think one thing that actually helped me in making my decision is actually a lot of the interactions with you guys. Your boys will let you know right away if a chick that you messing with is the one or not the one. You know what I'm saying? They gonna know. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna let you just fall down that rabbit hole. Like, nah, that's just. And actually, a person on here may not know this, but P, I learned so much from you. Because I was never really like that. I guess you could say, quote unquote, like playboy kind of sort of. I was never really that type, so I learned a lot of shit. Like like when P first came to Bowie, I was like, damn, I must don't know.
Wait, where's this going? Wait, hold on. Make sure you know what you're about to say.
You're clear.
I learned a lot just from the simple fact of even like how to like talk to females, or even like just a lot of ways about females that I didn't know, and like Pete pulled me aside one day. He was like, "Look, you know," because I found myself trying to keep up with him. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I felt he knew that I loved my wife, and not my wife at that point in time, but he knew that I. And it was more so like he was like, "Look, you don't have to try to like keep up with me." He was like, "You have yourself a good woman over there," and that was like more affirmation to me that, you know what I'm saying, like I you know what I'm saying. It was more so like a feeling that I got from not just P, but just kind of like all you guys, and it's like I made a decision young. I was young, you know, not like I was in my 30s. I was in early 20s. You know what I'm saying? So to make that decision, it wasn't just based off of me, but it was based off of more so like my interaction with my boys, and like more so like confirmation from you guys, and like just also just living. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what kind of helped me out.
Yeah, I remember too. I swear, back in Homes, dog. I remember. I ain't gonna drop no names, but my man was always talking about J Money, and yeah, I remember my man knew. My man knew who he's gonna marry. My man knew. You know what time it was.
Shouts out to the boys too. Shouts out to the boys, because
Oh yeah.
I just want to touch on it too, because I remember, Brian. I don't know if you remember this, but you drove over to my house. We went out. I think we went to Randall's party in DC or something like that. And you drove over to my house, and me and you drove over there. But when we came back, me and you actually had a conversation for a whole hour, like just about marriage and about, you know, about who we with and certain situations and stuff like that. And that shit meant a lot to me. I ain't gonna lie, B. Like, that shit meant a lot to me. You were talking to me. I was giving you advice. You was giving me advice. Like, I wasn't even married, I don't think, at the time. But it was a lot of things you said that resonated, you know, just through marriage in general. So shout out to the boys, man. You got good company, man. That shit help you.
Yeah,
that's the thing too, man. Like I was like, even with your shit, Paul. Like I remember the wedding. Like I was so happy. Like I remember even when we met. Remember we met in Atlanta. I was like, oh shit, like that was Like I was, that was a good night too.
Yeah, that was love, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you could kind of it's almost like you know, when your boys make a good ass choice, you just confirm that for real. I've seen it with everybody.
Put the stamp on it.
I knew Paul was gonna make that jump because he asked me. He was like, "So what you think about Shorty?"
I was like, Paul, what are you talking about? What? Nah, I'm playing. Nah, Paul already let me. I already knew that was. I already knew it was happening.
Yep.
But that was a good look.
What about you, Marcus?
Well, I say as far as me getting married, I'll say that it helped me. I think the quality of my life improved just overall. Like
I would agree with that.
And
myself.
I mean like even I mean that from like even just a spiritual perspective, like not even just like, you know what I'm saying, just as an overall person. Because I think when I realized that I represent other people, you know what I'm saying, is like how I carry myself when I walk out, when I got my wife and kids with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're a representation of me. I'm a representation of them. So it just made me want to step my game up. Like I felt like I had to improve. I can't settle. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can't be comfortable. I try to improve myself because I got other people that depend on me. You know what I'm saying? And this woman took my last name. So, you know, I got to, you know, be a good representation for her as well. So, you know, I think that's one thing that definitely, I think changed in my life as far as when I got married. You know, I think it definitely motivated me to just, you know, extend myself out, just try to be the best that I can be. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you know, that's what it did for me. You know.
For me personally, knowing I'm on the brink and knowing that I'm on the cusp, you know what I'm saying? Like this conversation as well as
I'm waiting for the invite, nigga.
We all on the
No pressure. Don't do that.
Don't do it. No pressure.
No pressure. Just let that man move when he want to move. Let that man move when he want to move.
No, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the brink. So even though I was on the brink, but that's what I was just getting at is, you know what I'm saying, like this conversation as well as like other conversations that we all have had, you know what I'm saying? Although these conversations are very near and dear, these conversations are aren't necessarily the normal conversation that we typically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we have these conversations mean so much, but you know what I'm saying? It's not the conversation that we typically have, and it's not necessarily like even from the married perspective of married Black men and married brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always good to hear. So that was one of the reasons why I brought the question up and why I wanted to hear it just from like a married perspective, like and how your mentality not necessarily even like switched over, like, you know what I'm saying, at the click of a finger, but you know what I'm saying, like how you had to adapt to a whole new life, you know what I'm saying, per se. So it was good to hear.
And I say it's not really adapting. You know what I'm saying? It's just when you find the right one, you find the right one.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I feel, what's crazy is like
love it. It's being married. You know, when you growing up, you're a little kid or teenager. I'm gonna say, well, we'll say teenager or whatever. You're not really thinking about getting married. You're thinking about going out here. You watching these rap videos and all the girls in videos and all that other shit, whatever. You think you're gonna be out here all day doing whatever the fuck, doing crazy shit. But being married, dog, this shit is where it is. It's that, dog. This is it. This is where it's supposed to be, dog. This is
I
it.
feel you.
Yeah,
I feel like,
and I'll also say that.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
You got.
well, I'll say as far as being married, one thing that it does do, you know, even when we speaking on the perspective of energy, you know what I'm saying, is like when you already know what you coming home to every day, you know, you know, the structure, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the best way. I think marriage brings structure. So it's like you don't have your mental energy isn't being wasted in shit that's not productive. It's like everything you already have that aspect of your life squared away, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're not really wasting energy. It's like, you know, she gonna be here, she gonna do that, the kid's gonna be here, the kid's gonna do that. You don't even gotta worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can focus your mind on other shit. You know what I mean? So I think that's something that it definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just like I just see the compliment in it, like how y'all compliment each other, everybody and their wifey. I see how y'all have that, like it compliments perfect too, which is crazy. Not even crazy. It's a reality check. It's like, damn, that's really out there.
Yeah,
it's litty. We waiting for you, Phil, dog. When you decide, Phil, we waiting on the invite.
It's patience with me, and she know that wherever she at. So don't even stress. Don't even stress about it.
Hey, Corey is that family member that's at the family reunions when you with your girl and literally is gonna be all pressure on you every time you see her.
When y'all get
married?
Swear to God, though, he is.
Yeah.
Swear to God. That's
I gotta buy a plane ticket. When we going?
Like what?
Yeah, when you know, you know.
Yeah,
That's true.
Oh, that's crazy.
This nigga was
embarrassed. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, man. It's in the Bible.
Yes, sir.
And is blessed. But also, on the other hand, he who finds a wife that is not for him speaks death to his life.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I'm out here.
Hey, nah, but